On my first meeting with my literacy learner, I showed up at Waverly Middle School to meet my student, who we will call Harry, probably more nervous than he was to see what the semester had in store. He was a small, shy 8th grader who at first would hardly make eye contact with me. While reading, I quickly noticed that his active reading skills and reading fluency needed improvement, specifically how they related to the knowledge of reading strategies, specific purposes for reading, and fluency and context components of the modified cognitive model. When asked, Harry would say that his fluency was his main weakness as a reader, but I knew that there was another important piece of great literacy that was missing. Some of his strengths were revealed in this first meeting as well, like summarizing, making connections between chapters, and comprehension. It took some time for Harry to open up to me, but I eventually learned that he likes to play video games like Call of Duty, he has a younger sister in 6th grade, and cousins close in age that sometimes stay over. English is his favorite subject, he likes the Harry Potter books, and that he is very hardworking and resilient. I found it interesting when he told me that he reads book series backwards then forwards, starting with the last book, reading down to the first one, reading the first one twice, and then reading back up to the last one so that he always knows what will happen. Together, the two of us spent the semester reading and doing activities to strengthen his weak areas. For active reading, each week we tried to build in our skills and always talked about the segment of the book that we just read. We started by making character and setting maps to look at details from the chapter, then a double entry journal for recurring ideas, and then looked at quotes from some of the chapters to find out why they might have been important. All of this was meant to lead up to a close reading activity where we looked at a passage and picked it apart for its main idea and importance to the whole book. This was a difficult strategy, and he conquered it with resilience, exceeding at it even though we had to read the same passage multiple times. After this, we began to focus on reading fluency, and I had us practice some strategies that felt a little ridiculous while we were doing them, like reading with a lot of emotion and saying every endpoint punctuation mark, like commas and periods, out loud. We also practiced reading sentences with alliteration and identified them in chapters we read, since he would often skip over words if many of them had the same starting letter. Each time we did something new, his fluency improved, especially after we emphasized the punctuation. Finally, at the end of the semester, we tried annotating with sticky notes. We did this briefly early on without much success, and I wanted to see how he might have improved at it. I was blown away by how well he did. He found new ideas beyond what I had asked him to look for and marked up the book with many, many more sticky notes than before. We continued with this for our last couple of meetings, annotating with a purpose and looking for evidence to answer a specific question. By the end of the semester, I saw great improvement in his ability to find information in the text, ask questions, and make inferences and connections. His favorite thing that we did was connect the book to real life, which was a part of our everyday discussion after reading. For each activity, I modeled the strategy and practiced it with him. When I modeled, we felt more like partners working together, which helped our relationship grow while showing him that strategies can be helpful for readers of any reading level. This showed me the importance of modeling in general and is one of my major takeaways from this experience. My literacy learner also taught me that I should see my future students as fully capable of success and trust in their ability to learn, grow, and succeed regardless of their weaknesses. Students of any level can thrive when challenged, just like Harry did with every new strategy I threw at him. Finally, my literacy learner showed me that both reading ability and comprehension are equally important in literacy, and that even struggling readers can experience tremendous growth if you pay attention to their individual weaknesses and strengths.